US dollar project by the PPP government under Jagdev's leadership. I did a lot of exposure on this project back in those days. You guys can Google it and see for yourselves. The next thing you know, with that project, a US company came on board named Site Global. Them buy over the license from he that was granted by Mr. Jagdev because he couldn't find nobody with money to back the project. And I think he walked away with 12 million US for the license alone. I can't remember the exact figure, but he sold it to an American company. Despite selling the license, he still made more money after that project, Bernard. He ended up making big money with this whole hydrophiles arrangement because after this man flipped the license for the 12 million US, he ended up getting a road project costing Guyana over 40 million American dollars. Yes, this same man will never build a pavement or a bridge across a gutter anywhere in the world, got a road project in the jungle to do for Guyana. You hear me? Yeah, man. The Chinese, the Norwegians, and the IDB, they were all involved with this project. But Norway raised concern about the Chinese involvement, knowing how corrupt they are with these types of projects, and the project began to collapse. The details for this project was treated like a state secret, brothers and sisters. There were no transparency or any proper financial studies completed. So the PNC at the time said no way. And the rest of that project is now history. Brothers and sisters, fellow citizens of this country, the same song Jagdev singing now for the gas to shore project about how electricity going cut in half is the same tune he playing every day in the ears of the Guyanese people with that Amelia Falls project. Friday gone, the government start advertising online, looking for a private investor, a private partner to develop this project again. Yes, all over again. I had to laugh when I read that. They only tell the Chronicle because they know nobody don't read that. Guys, it's another Borbees Bridge and a Marriott Hotel he pushing on all of us again, added to the gas to shore project. Mr. Jagdev is coming back with the same trick like the Borbees Bridge. A boot. Joshua, this is the boot. Not boots where is where. But boot in capital letters. Yes. B-O-O-T. This boot system, Guyanese, means build, own, operate, and transfer. Should I repeat it? Yes. Boot system means build, own, operate, and transfer. Let me explain this arrangement called boot. It means Glenlal will build it, own it, operate it, and after I done make $1 trillion, and the project is old, rusty and broke up, then the T from the boot kicks in I transfer the project to the government to fetch the thing. You know, the thing was a man that's carried between the foot. You know what I mean? Yes, that is how Jack Dale and Winston Brasington had designed that project in the first place. It was designed to be a cash cow for the investors only, to milk Guyana dry through GPL using the money you paying for your light bills. That same Berbice Bridge you are crossing every day, or whenever you are crossing, is designed the same way, where the private people aren't now reaping the hag of the money that the bridge is making. Although me and you put the bulk of the money to build it. You hear me, Grash?
Yeah.
We put the bulk of the money to build that bridge, and the private people reaping the hag of it. Yeah, man. Is Mr. Jagdev and Brasington design it that way? And them lock down the Guyanese people with a special provision that the private people own them for 20 years. You hear that?
Yeah.
Them own them for 20 years. So when they done milk that cash cow, done get a hag of the bridge, then they're going to transfer it back to Guyana. The contract said in good condition. I had to laugh when I see that part. In good condition. Yes, 20 years, guys, you will be getting an old, rusty, dilapidated and worn out bridge for we to take care of, for we to fetch on our back, on our backs. Trust me on that one. Them get the hag of it and hand you a broke down bridge that you got to fix every day and maintain and operate. You see the trick there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're reading through the line?
yeah, clearly.
You see who pocket them looking out for? First and foremost? Yes, not me and you. The private people, in some cases, the secret partners. Find out who are the private people in the Berbice Bridge and the Marriott Hotel, and what arrangements them have in that contracts. And you will see the trend. You will see what is going on. Guys, with that Berbice Bridge, the boot system, you will be kicked in the Berbice River when them hand it over. But listen to the Amelia Falls, the one that they're going to bring here now, the one they want to resurrect. This one is coming with the same boot system, B-O-O-T. This boot gonna kick all the way over the Hydro Falls because it is coming as a boot or a sweetener. Them add another dimension to the project. Them say the investors now got two choices. Hear this one. The boot system or a DBF system. D as in dog, B as in boy, and F as in Frank. Is design, build, and finance the project. I don't explain the boot arrangement for y'all. Now let me explain the DBF arrangement for y'all. Under the DBF arrangement, what I want to add to the boot, the private man going to design the hydro. That is the D. Then build the hydro. That's the B. And then he going to finance the hydro. That's the F, the finance part. And then when he finish, the government will take it over, run it, and make sure the private people gets their money in accordance with the contract terms and conditions. You hear that? According to the terms and conditions. Wow. It's the same Budup Guyana will end up in. The only difference between the boot arrangement and the DBF arrangement is with the boot, the owners just bill it, run it and pay themselves. With the DBF system, them just bill it and Guyana run it for pay them. You hear me, guys? Man, Josh, you didn't hear me, man. With the boot system, the owners just build the thing and run the thing for themselves till they get back their money according to the contract. With the DBF system, they must build the thing and with their money, and Guyana will run it for pay them. So it's the same thing you end up with. One take it for yourself, and the other, the government got to find it to give it to them. In accordance, again, with the contract terms and conditions. You understand me, Jeff? You understand me, Bernard? You understand me, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's the same thing, the contract terms. So whether them run them or you run it, them got to get a pay. So what we got to look at is the contract terms and conditions. Man, you guys don't understand this thing. I'm getting tired. 99.9% of the Guyanese people don't understand that. That's where the Marriott arrangement kicks in. It's the terms and conditions them put in the Marriott contract. Man, the arrangement them got in that contract. The hotel is working only for pay the private people. Them private people were there inside there. And they all there in there secretly. That's how Mr. Jagdev and Mr. Brasington them plan it through. Although Guyana put in the bulk of the money in that hotel, the private people reap the hag of that hotel. Hope you guys seeing what is going on with these expensive projects. And when you talk about it, Joshua,
Yeah.
when you talk about it, lawsuits just come at you. I got 19 lawsuits one time from Winston Brasington. 6 or 7 already completed, in which 2 judges awarded 30 something million against the Kaieteur News for Mr. Brasington. The rest of the cases is still pending. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But I just want to say God bless them. Guyanese, I hope you are paying attention to how some of these leaders just sit down every single day to come up with schemes to rob a nation for a few secret people. You understand what I'm saying, child?
Clearly.
Good. Guys, this thing called terms and conditions that them just put in these contracts only benefits the private people. Whether the project make money or not. Guyana, who is running the project, have to find the money by hook or crook to pay the investor, according to the rules what them set out. Just like the Berbice Bridge. Whether the bridge make money or not, the people got to get them money according to the contract. So if them set a bill, this new hydro for $100 million US, and the contract say them got to get back 700 million within 3 years' time? Yes, by hook or crook, Guyana has to pay that. Even if you got to reduce old people pension or don't raise salary, that payment is set in stone. The private investor got to get paid. Guys, listen to this one. Even if Guyana got to go take a loan to pay the private investors, they have to do it. That is the kind of business the PPP has been doing to this country for a number of years. I call it the three-card trick. I don't know if you guys have any other name to describe these deals. Yes, you can use Ponzi scheme. Those are the type of arrangements that I have been living with, writing about and exposing over the years. I am not upset with you guys. I am not upset. I am not upset with you, life. Joshua, I'm just astonished. You know, maybe the newspapers were too expensive for some of you at the time. But I used to say a lot through that column, them by say. It's me and Adam Harris used to write that column every day. Just in case y'all don't know. It's right there. I get 19 lawsuits. But like I said, the man above is my protector. He has been protecting me, and I know that he will continue to protect me. Truth. Yes, that thing called truth will always overcome what? Win or the bad. Not true? Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It may not be here. It may not be here, but my day will come when I will watch them in the eyes and say, it's my turn. For sure, you know, Miss Harris. For sure, like I said, it may not be here, but it's going to be up there with a man above. I'm going to be waiting for y'all. Now let's get back to this dangerous development. Tonight's topic, the Amelia Falls project. Because if this is allowed to go through the way they're planning it, Cat will yam all we dinner for life, even our children's dinner. Just listen to some of the devious, deceitful, and wicked terms they had in that contract before, the first time, which they kept secret and never tell the public. Listen carefully, Josh. Yeah. 1, them never tell us that the project price was increasing every month. And 2, them never tell the nation that GPL had to put aside 100 million American dollars to make sure the private investors get paid if the project does not make enough money at any given time. Hear that? Mm-hmm. The PPP government, guys, went so far that they went to Parliament and increased the debt ceiling so that if the 100 million US dollar that GPL set aside can't make it for pay the private investors, then them going to use the taxpayers' dollars to pay the private people. You hear that? Mm-hmm. You see how secure private people are? Mm-hmm. You guys reading through the line, man?
Yes.
Who's it? Who's the private people? That's the question.
And if they got to go to the bank to take a loan to pay the private people, they're going to go to do that. This is what these people was going to do to y'all with that project. And that is only 2 of the provisions I told you guys about. Wow. There are many, many more dangerous clauses and provisions them stitch in the contract that I really don't have time now to go into. It's sickening. That's all I can say to you guys. Remember, tell y'all, almost every project the PPP did under Jack Dawan Brassington leadership, they have a favorite word they love to stitch in. Yeah, man, that word is confidentiality. If you don't know the meaning, it means to hide away from the public and keep everything secret. Yes, it must only be between the government and the private people. Yes, me and you must not know nothing about the deals. That's what it means. I hope you are reading through the telephone line or the electric line. If you're not hearing through them, put your ears to the closed line. You might stand a chance to see how your clothes coming off your body to pay the bills. Yeah, man. Josh?
Yeah,
I hope you guys listen carefully,
I hope so. I hope they will as well.
You know, before I end tonight, I want to share this with you. Please listen to this African woman as she speaks about what the white people did to Africans with their wealth. Their wealth. You need to listen carefully. And I would explain it in our Guyanese language, just in case you didn't hear or understand her accent. Play that. And please, for those of you who are listening online, we are putting a link. Just click on it. Yeah, go ahead and play that.
As far as I'm concerned, since we met you people 500 years ago, look at us. We've given everything. You are still taking. It's
when that brothers and sisters, when that video came to me from a brother in Africa, I wanted to cry. I honestly wanted to cry. She began by saying, let me explain what she said. I'm going to read for what you said. As far as I am concerned, since we have met you white people 500 years ago, look at us. We have given everything, and you are still taking. It's true. Where would the whole Western world be without Africa? Our cocoa, our timber, our gold, our diamond, our platinum, our whatever. Everything you have is us. I am not saying it. It is a fact. And in return of all of this, what have we got? The woman asked. Nothing. Then them even make us believe what we are doing is the right thing, the best thing for us. If you go and cook your horrible diseases like AIDS, you say it's us. You brought us tuberculosis. We didn't have this big coughing until white people came here with it in exchange for Africa giving the Western world 500 solid years of our people, of us, cutting your canes to dig our gold, taking our fish, peanuts, palm oil, everything. The woman asked for what? We have nothing. Nothing. And you know it. Nothing. And you look upon us, you know, white folks look upon us like monkeys. It is true. It is in your books. Some of your best thinkers have said this about us in their writings. The German people said, we don't even have brains like animals. That's what we have got from you people. The white interviewer asked her, but don't you think this is over now? She responded, over where? Is it over? Who said that AIDS came from the green monkey? Is it over? Is it really? Read it. Is it really over? The white woman then asked her again, well, if this is your impression, do you think you can ever forgive us? The African woman said, it's not a question of forgiveness. I have nothing against you. My point is that you did and you're continuing to do. You're continuing to do it for your survival. I can't blame you for that. The fact that we didn't do enough for our own survival, and we are still not doing enough for our own survival, is not your problem. It's our problem. I had to share this with y'all because that woman is a woman of my heart. We, yes, the Guyanese people, are not doing enough. Our leaders not doing enough for us. And we should be doing. We should stand up. We should get up and start fighting. Fight for ourselves and that of our children.
Definitely.
Joshua,
Yes.
you know, we got to do this thing, bro.
Yeah.
Guys, you got to stand up. You have to stand up. Guyanese, open your eyes and see it's the same thing happening here all over. Guys, I have been saying this thing every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right on the same program, as to what these foreigners doing with our gold, our diamond, bauxite, and now our oil. Every one of us is being shafted as the seconds go by. When will you get up? When will you get your families, your friends, your neighbors to join hands and let us demand from our leaders what is rightfully ours? Please, I am begging you, this is not just about us. It's about our children's future too.
Definitely. Yes.
You guys remember I said, in life, I have learned when people are united, villages are born. When people get together, a new country, a new horizon can develop. Success must not only be about survival. Success should be about everyone benefiting from Guyana. Abundant resources equally. Please, guys, we got to get up and get.
We should be better than Dubai.
We should have already been better than Dubai. Good night.
Thank you so much for your presentation, Mr. Lal. And of course, we really hope that you would have learned something tonight. We're speaking there to the members of the general public who listened to the program this evening. The telephone lines are now open. Let me quickly remind you that you can call us on 226-7453 and 226-7454. We ask you to be respectful when you're calling and at the same time to lower the volume of your radio. If not, we'll be forced to disconnect you. You can also call us on WhatsApp at 622-2222. So those telephone numbers once again is 226-7453 and 226-7454. If you have any questions from the members in the studio, feel free to do so at this moment as well.
It is sad what's happening in this place, eh?
It is.
More than sad, it's disgraceful. We have children going to bed. It's more than sad, Glenn. It's disgraceful. We have children going to bed hungry in this country, where the foreigners coming in, they're living the luxury life on our expense, right? You said about the foreigners coming in this country, you said ExxonMobil probably paid them a fat salary. ExxonMobil is not only paying them a fat salary, they're coming in with and staying at the most fanciest hotel, and we are paying hundreds of US dollars a night for them to spend before they go on their ships.
Good night, sir. Sorry, you're live. Hello?
I have one here. So if you don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Good evening to you, sir. Go ahead with your question or comment this evening.
Good evening, Josh. Good evening, Mr. Lal and everybody else in there.
Good evening.
I would like to know what it will take for the Guyanese people to act on what's going on here, to actually do something. I'm not talking about anything, radical or illegal, but just protests and peaceful demonstration and actually recognize that it's our wealth being squandered out there and actually act on it instead of just being in this ignorant, way of living that they're being right now. What will it take for us to be a better nation? I watch at countries, you mentioned Dubai. We have way more resources than Dubai. Dubai is actually a desert. Dubai have to filter salt water to drink. Dubai have to be doing something they call cloud seeding right now to send this type of chemical up into the air so that it would rain over there. And we are so blessed here in Guyana. We look at countries like Israel that's only that has been completely destroyed and had no land, and within 60 years they're one of the most powerful countries on the face of the earth. What happened with Guyana? Are we too comfortable? Is it that we don't have any natural disasters to shake us up or wake us up that is causing us to act like how we're acting right now, to not demand more from our leaders? What can we really do to make these people open their eyes and see and act on these things?
Please hold on the line, sir. Please hold on the line. I love your comments. You said something that I wanted to add to. The ExxonMobil just announced another set of fines in the Stabroek block. And what I heard from the minister today, we're carrying that story tomorrow in the Kaieteur News, irked me and had the entire editorial staff in laughter. You know what he said?
Okay.
The oil fine they have there will require more FPSOs. When I heard that, I'm like, oh my gosh, what's happening with these leaders we have? You know, before they hold back these FPSOs and deal with what we already give away, Lisa 1, 2, and 3 permits in which we're getting nothing, and hold back these, slow them down, just slow them down so that we can claw back some real money from these projects. These guys done the jumping, saying, well, more FPSOs will come in Guyana.
Wow.
So that means they will empty the basin faster than you can wake up in the morning. That's the first thing come out these people's mouth. Ready to empty the oil basin. The more fine, the more FPSO. You know?
Wow.
It is so
That's horrible.
sickening. I'm going to talk a little more on it Monday. It's sad, my friend.
Please do, because you're enlightening us. You're really educating us, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And you have a good night.
You too. It's so sad, eh?
Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Glenn Lal Show. Hello. I seem to lost that caller there. 226-7453 and 226-7454. You have someone.
Bernard.
Glenn, with those other two fines, instead of getting more FPSOs, why don't our government or ministers try and get, not exactly what Suriname gets. Suriname is getting 6.25% royalty and 36% tax, which is 42% Suriname is getting. If we get 10% royalty and 25% tax, that would only be 35%, right? And the oil companies are still rushing to Suriname. Look, Chevron, Total, all those oil companies are rushing
Apache.
to Apache. They all rushing to Suriname. No, Apache is there. Total, and think they're going in there now. These oil companies still rushing to Suriname with 42%. If we get 25 and 10, will be only 35%. Can any oil company say that's not a better deal in Suriname, Glenn?
Bernard, what Suriname get is a shame sometimes to even continue talking about it, right? But I not too much in profits, but I need our fair share of royalties and taxes. And once we get that profits,
exactly.
we don't, profits is for fool, you know, because you'll get con, you don't need that.
Definitely.
But we have to get that change.
At a minimum, Glenn.
Our government, our leaders should be talking every day about a change, about renegotiation. The world is talking about renegotiation. A group in New York now is hyping up.
OGGNM.
Right, for a change. And we're hearing nothing, not a single word. It makes you shudder to think.
But Glenn, our brothers in New York are seeing what's going on. What happened to most of our brothers in Guyana also? On a certain level, the people are just get tied up in the daily grind, trying to eke out a living. They don't even realize they could have such a better life if they just fight for what rightfully belongs to them.
Bernard, DeSantis, and many of the African leaders and politicians have got their hands in the oil industry and they have sold out their people. Okay? I hope and I pray that is not the same thing. I refuse to believe that is the same thing has happened here. I just can't think that that would ever happen here. And if that happened here, this country, the people of this country got to revolt. Have to.
They have to
We cannot, we will not. I am one that will never sit back and allow another African nation come to Guyana. No, it will not happen. The people of Africa is starving. You just heard what a woman said.
We see that in the news all the time.
And that can't happen here.
We see that in the news all the time, right?
Nothing is there for us, man. I am seeing nothing there for us.
Yep.
Nothing has come to us yet.
Our government is making this mantra we're gonna claw back from the local content, and they're not even showing us what local content we're getting.
There is no local content.
My
for
friend,
us.
local content cannot give nothing.
Exactly.
So I don't even want to talk about that.
No, I'm just saying
I want to talk about my fair share of royalty and taxes. And not a single Guyanese should move away from that.
No, they use it as a distraction. That's what I'm saying. They use it as a distraction.
Distraction.
Saying they are saying that we're gonna claw back value as a distraction because we don't need claw back with value. We need taxes.
I was having a discussion with a friend this morning, and he was so spot on. The man said only 1% of the Guyanese populace will benefit from this oil sector, and they will benefit to the max. They will be so filthy rich.
Yes.
We will become just like Africa. You have some Africans buying mansions in California for $200-300 million US dollar. They're buying, one of them by the vice president's son, the president's son bought $100 million in Paris. That is what is going to happen here if we sit down quietly. Because none of you will get a cent out of this thing.
Yes.
We all will become just like the citizens of those African, Asians, and some of the Arabian countries.
Yep.
Guys, we cannot allow this to happen.
That looks like it's already the plan, though.
But the next thing is
It may be in the plan, Bernard, but it will not happen. It cannot happen.
If the Guyanese people accepted, they're fools.
no, people need to stop waiting for people to come and save us. That's the next thing.
Yes.
They look at these big organizations with these three-letter names and they think the World Bank is coming to save us,
No.
the IMF is coming to save
No.
us, France, England, Germany, they're coming to save us.
Never saved any
They've never saved anything. They've indebted them even more, but people don't know that. What people need to do is to start, galvanizing, get up, speak to your neighbors, speak to your family members, and unite, educate yourselves, and stop waiting for a savior. These same people, these same white people, were the ones that were coming to save us, right? And they were the ones that have us in this same position. And they're the ones maintaining the same structures that continue to have us in the same positions.
Ms.
You know?
Harris, those people, those institutions, especially the financial institutions,
Yes.
they are the one that is sinking us, the people.
Exactly.
Because they are the one who is collaborating
Yes.
with our leaders, right? To push us into these type of projects
Agreements, yeah.
that will swindle our oil wealth.
Yes, and then they
So
turn
the
around.
people will not be getting the oil wealth. The oil wealth will be going to those financial institutions. They did it all over the world.
And their countries and people. Because even in that example that you used with the young man buying whatever he bought in France, the French are well aware of where these funds are coming from. If you are coming from a poor country, what business do you have spending hundreds of millions of dollars or euros or pounds or whatever in these countries?
Precisely.
Come on. And they have all this nonsense about anti-fraud and money laundering and the rest of it.
Glenn, I just did a quick calculation. The difference between the $12,000 for the supply boat and $55,000 US for the supply boat per day means Exxon is charging us $1.3 million US per day, and the actual cost of, if you use a 12,000 figure, is $288,000 US per day. So someone is walking away with $1,012,000 every single day for those supply boats.
From our oil.
From our oil that we are paying for.
You hear that? We're losing over $1 million per day
Just on
on those supply boats. You know what that means for this country? It's 365 million extra money Guyana could have been getting from our oil. Instead, we get 300 and something for the first year. You understand? And that is only from 30 supply boats.
24.
24. Imagine. Our leaders know this. And like I said in my program,
They don't care.
we haven't heard a word whether they will correct it. And silence between me and you know what silence gives. When you're silent, we got to think and read through the line what is going on. Maybe, who knows, maybe the politicians own these votes. I don't know. Because if they're not saying anything, then we should ask the president why. Does he know something?
Why aren't we getting the local content reports? We can't report my state who's getting the contract for the supply boards, right? Maybe they don't want it together.
But these projects, we gotta watch these projects. These projects that we are going after is only to benefit private people. Please, I want you guys to know that.
The rich in this country will get rich all the time.
The rich of this nation
Will-
already starting getting
But
rich
no, they will
in
be
this land.
They will be getting filthy rich.
Yeah. Josh?
Yes. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Glen Lounge Show.
Good evening, Glenn.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. 2 things. When you put, Glenn is speaking about this meter upon the gas, for them to monitor the gas in. You notice now GPL, that a team going around in Region 4, checking a meter, instead of doing an upgrade from the Interim Development Bank. Now, why is it the Interim Development Bank advising the government upon doing a customer upgrade upon the meter, and they are advising them upon putting a meter upon the aisle out there that's coming in?
We should be putting our eye on them.
Exactly.
It's them we have to put our eyes on.
But we're saying, if they make it nice about customer upgrade upon this GPL with meter, well then they should advise them presently. And one of you friends should come out and make a statement or open the voice like you presently know, because you know how many people, places in Region 4 they can't get in the yard, and they know that, well, look, it's not just Georgetown in terms of Albistown, Lepole, and these places, Steve Conte, you know.
But my friend, hold a second.
And some places they can't get in the yard.
My
So
friend.
what's not make nice about the aisle? Put the meter up and get the meter to regularize the aisle will come in, and let us see what coming in. Advise, as you say, it's bigger business.
Exactly. Why are we wasting time with going after people electric meter and water meter? We should be focusing on the meter for the oil. That's where the IDB should have been advising our government to look. But
And secondly, let somebody else get a chance. Or I want to be second one. This place with this old aisle structure need a man like Gandhi. You know what's the difference between Gandhi and Martin Luther King?
yes,
Gandhi know about a living. He know about living the life. He live a wealthy life. But then when he realized the kind of unfair the people he going through, you know what he do?
yeah,
He put it down and go among the people.
yes,
And he walk the streets.
yes,
He gave up standing, and he gave up media, he gave up living in a house with pool,
yeah,
a shop and etc. And he walked the streets with
Yes.
the people. He dwell among the people. The only how the change is going to come is when we got leaders that prepare to take the streets with the people. So some people get a chance.
we will get there, man. I like your spirit. We'll get there.
We want next person like Gandhi though. Guyana need to see a man like Gandhi Gandhi is a distinctional person that live in this world for me, in terms of because he know about living the life, and he choose to give it up. He even wear his identity.
Yeah.
He wear nothing more about his religious clothes.
I hear you. I hear
And
you.
he try to fight right through.
I
Even
hear
though he preaching non-violence, he died by violence. But don't get too deep into that. But we need the next Gandhi.
Thank
This is
you.
the only how this world could bring about. This is the only how we could see a real change in Guyana with this isle. Because you and I know these people that managing this isle, they cares nothing. The only thing they're seeing and care about is the friends. And the only change can come about is when we get a leader like Gandhi.
Well, start looking for one.
We're looking at you. We're looking at you.
You have. I admire Gandhi. I admire Nelson Mandela too, man.
Gandhi. Gandhi, you're next.
We'll get there, man. We'll get there. I don't think. I have faith, and I believe our Creator will not make us live through more than what we are going through now, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we got to. You're right. You're right. Unless things are changed, and things have to change. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to bring a real world experience, because what happens is that many times we talk on this show about what's happening and we know it's real. But for many people outside there, they still think it's just the news. They don't see how it affects them. So I just want to bring an experience I had just yesterday. Now, yesterday I met a woman who went to the Providence Stadium and got allocated a piece of land. She paid $125,000 for the piece of land. So I asked her, I said, well, where the land is? She said, somewhere in the back of Diamond. So I said, wait, you haven't seen the land? You don't know where it is? She said, no, they have to do some infrastructural work. Now, the government continues with these arrangements that cause Guyana to lose so much money. Now, I'm thinking that this woman who now works so hard, put aside $125,000, waited how many years just to get a piece of land. She now got the piece of land, but then she can't access the piece of land. She can't take possession of it simply because the infrastructure is not there.
Not there.
Now, if we had the monies that we were giving away, then
overnight
she could have gone and taken possession of her land.
Overnight.
Another experience I wanna relate to you all is that I met a teacher who's been teaching for about 25 years. And she's in the public system and whatnot and has two very small children. And she's saying, man, you know, I want to buy a vehicle and I can't buy this vehicle because, you know, it's difficult. I want to import one, but I can't do it because I can't get any tax concession. I can't get duty-free concessions. And these big companies that are coming in, they're getting billions of dollars in
duty-free concessions.
We even had the issue with Rusal, where Rusal, it was alleged that Rusal was bringing in fuel and then on duty-free concessions, or getting duty-free concessions for it, and selling it back to the locals. So they
were doing that.
So to the end of the day, how does the Guyanese people benefit from these arrangements? So we've got to keep asking ourselves these things. And these are real people who are facing real issues that could have been remedied if the government were taking the necessary steps to address these issues.
I keep saying, down to the subcontractors are given duty-free concessions. But I keep saying to the Guyanese people, if we get our fair share, just our fair share in royalties, every citizen of this country can receive $1 million a month. Every citizen, Josh, not adults, every citizen. If we get a fair share of this oil, we can get even more than $1 million a month. We don't have to worry about duty-free this and duty-free that. In 2-3 months' time, we can able to buy a vehicle by ourselves. Look, Suriname. Do you know Suriname does not allow used vehicles? You have to buy a brand new vehicle in Suriname. And Suriname supposed to be our sister country. And Suriname, look where it is. What happened to us, man? We just giving away our things like that?
Glenn, if we get a 10% or 12% tax on our oil, the government, instead of collecting taxes on the oil companies, doesn't need to collect taxes on us. We Guyanese won't have to pay any duty on vehicles.
Exactly. None of us should be paying taxes, bro.
We should be paying taxes, or we shouldn't be paying for electricity either, because we own billions of barrels of oil and we pay for electricity. This is madness.
We should not be paying taxes, water, electricity.
Definitely.
No bills we should be paying.
Definitely.
No bills we should be paying if we get our fair share.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying, bro. You know, you keep saying about you're putting out a figure on this royalty. Please don't do that, because my figure is completely different from you. I want 51% royalty. If we get 51%, because let me tell you, Exxon didn't bring any money here.
Nothing.
Exxon is not a, let me make this thing very clear to you guys. Right? Mr. Jagdev opening his mouth and talking a set of fraff, telling y'all the people have to invest. Ramjatan told me that. And I hung the phone up on him. Glenn, the people invest. Invest what? Those people have brought nothing in this country.
Yes.
But their skills. Nothing else. All the money, they go to the bank, borrow the money, we are paying for this money. So why should I settle for 10? I want 51%.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I want 51% of every single drop of oil there.
Definitely.
And we good to go.
Let's go. We should do the bond thing. Yeah, I agree with you. 1%, 51% for the you.
Yeah.
Mr. Bonham asked for 51%.
Yes. He was right.
And he understood
He's a
what he
true
was
patriot.
doing.
He was a true nationalist, a true
Yeah.
patriot.
So why we shouldn't get that?
It comes back to entitlement, you know, because Guyanese people have been so poorly off for the longest while, despite having gold and bauxite and timber and fish and sand and stones and manganese, and we could go on. But it's this entitlement. We're only entitled to having 2% royalty, and we own it. It's here. We're only entitled to having 5% royalty, but we own it. It's here. So I think it's a mental thing with people. A lot of people have to actually realize that it's ours. We're entitled to it. We can call whatever figure we feel like, because it's ours.
Yeah.
But if you have the mentality that people are always coming and taking from you, and you're giving it to them, you just don't have this understanding that you own it and you're entitled to call whatever price you want for it. It's just it's a mentality thing. Yeah.
Like I said, guys, brothers and sisters, we are wealthy. We have more than enough to be millionaires in this land. Every single citizen of this country. But if you close your eyes, if you keep sleeping in the hammock or sitting in that rocking chair, hoping, moping and praying that these leaders we have here will bring about that change to make you into millionaires, it will not happen. Please share this video. Please call your friends and every Guyanese and tell them we all have to stand up. We have to speak up. We have to fight for what is ours. We are not fighting for something that does not belong to us, brothers and sisters. We are fighting for our own thing. We should not have been doing it, but our leaders not doing anything. So we have to stand up. We have to fight this fight together to bring about a good life for our children and our children's children. Please, I beg you, I leave you here tonight with just that one thought. Keep it in your soul. Let's spread the word and let's get going. We must get our fair share. Please, thank you for listening, and may God bless you all.
Have a good night,
Have a good
everybody.
night.
Bye-bye.